Welcome back to the Cities of Adventure YouTube channel. I'm Eric, and today I am going to go over with you everything you need to start fishing. Now, in front of me, I'm kind of showing you the reason, except for my phone case, why it can be overbearing and a little bit daunting to even begin to look at what you want to buy and start fishing. So, what I've done is I've gone to Walmart and I've gotten some prices, and I'm going to put everything on the screen for you to see, either above me on this side, over here, down below, maybe straight up. I don't know. I'm going to put them on the screen and let you know the prices, and I'm going to go over the bare necessities of what you need. Everything in front of me is not necessary. This is an accumulation of things purchased over 15 years or so, and things that I've collected from family and friends, and also a new friend. Just want to give you a shout out. Met him the other day when I was fishing, and he gave me 2 crankbaits. I can't wait to get these out in the water. Thank you, I appreciate it, and hopefully we can meet up to fish one of these days. But I'm going to bring you guys closer and give you a very basic rundown of the rod I picked up to show you guys from Walmart, and then the equivalent to what you'll be looking for when you go out and purchase your first bit of fishing gear to get out there and start catching fish. When you go to the store and you're looking for your first rod, you want to make it as easy as possible on yourself. When you go there, you could be looking at stuff that's a little bit heavier duty. You could be looking at a bigger reel. Wasn't even a combination that was meant to be put together, I don't think, but this is what I pieced together. Now, you could do something like that and make it difficult. You could do something like this and make it difficult, where this was a combo I've purchased for ultralight stuff, but this is now a different reel from something else I've put together. Now, these are a little bit more expensive. This is not a Walmart situation here, but again, this was a combo, a little bit more expensive than what we're going to talk about today. And then these last two here are the examples that I have for you. Now, this last one here is what I chose to buy just recently for you guys to see, and it is the Ozark Trails Wayfarer, and it's the open spinner rod. Now, with this one, it is a little bit more difficult as far as like learning curve to begin fishing, but I prefer this, which is why I picked this one up. This was $11 and 99 cents, I think. So not bad. I don't know. Okay, it does show you all the specs, whichever, but I don't know that these are accurate. I have fished with this already once for a little while. I think that their readings are a little bit off here, but that's okay. We're not looking for you to be going in there asking somebody for something specific like a medium heavy or a 6'5" or a 7'5" or a 7 foot or whatever. You're not looking for specifics. You're looking for simplicity. And starting with something cheap and easy like this jawbone, and this is just a push button closed reel. This is probably the easiest type of rod to begin with. Today I'm using this one. The jawbone, like I said, is my son's. Super easy, super basic, but nothing wrong with starting off with something easy. I think for a lot of us, we do start off with that push button, and that's how we catch our first fish. So this, I think, was also about that $11-12 mark, but I'm pretty sure that the Ozark Trails does offer a closed reel. I could be wrong, but as far as rods go, you want to start cheap. The Ozark Trail, I think, is the cheapest rod Walmart offers that's full length. You could do the Doc Demon. It's really stubby, very light. I don't really think for a first rod that's a good choice. I think this is your best choice. Cheap, and it doesn't matter if you end up breaking it. You're not wasting a bunch of money. And if you don't like fishing after you try it, it's not a big waste of money. I think you're going to really enjoy the price and the fun you're going to have with this rod. Now, from the rods, we're going to move over to what you need to go along with it. All right, so now in front of me, we have the tackle. We are going to be talking only about terminal tackle, and that's hooks, weights, bobbers, and that's pretty much it. I'll give a few, I guess, cameos of certain things here, but I don't want you guys to think that these guys were telling you to go out there and get the curly tails and the jig heads and start throwing that to catch the crappie, and you need to get out there with the frogs, and you need a plethora of frogs so you can catch the bass on the top water bite. It's fun, but you'll get there. You need to start somewhere slower, you know? Not everyone's going to throw a crankbait because not everyone has access to deep enough water to do that or clear enough water. That's why you see here these two tackle boxes are for things like that, but I have one just for terminal, and this goes in my travel container. But that's not what this is about. What this is about is the simplicity of everything. So here they have, this is just uh, a multi-compartment container with a top that swivels around. Now this is just for you to see what it looks like. I'm going to put the image on the screen, but they sell hooks in this style, and it's about $5 or so for three different size hooks that I saw when I went to Walmart. And it, like I said, it was $5. Super convenient to have this. You put it in your pocket, you're good to go, and it gives you variety. The alternative is something like this that'll come in a pack. They're called pre-snell hooks. You will not get this contraption to hold it, but you'll have your hooks that are already preset to a line, and at the end you'll have a loop. They can be beneficial depending on the situation that you find yourself in. However, I'm going to say we put that away because you're not going to need it. You're not going to use anything like that. As far as hooks go, I would recommend, like I said, the variety pack, which will give you a hook that's not very large. Hopefully that'll show up. This is the largest one. This is the largest I would show you to go. You're not going to do anything crazy. You're not going to do anything like this. This is unnecessary to begin with. You want to catch your first fish, you're not going for a trophy right away. So start with something smaller. I still have, and this is going to be the smallest hook that I'm going to pull out of here. I still have hooks that are micro sized that baby bluegill will get caught on because sometimes you just need it. Sometimes you need to downsize. And then a medium sized hook. If I can get this one in frame, a medium sized hook. It'll work perfect for you. For most situations, you'll be using your mediums. And if you can't get a hook up on your medium hooks, you're going to downsize. Go to the smaller ones. If the fish keeps swallowing your hooks, you're going to size up so they don't keep swallowing it. You know, it's just learning those things. And then again, I think it was this kind of container that we saw at Walmart. There were split shots. Now, split shot weights are little marbles, essentially. And I'm going to hold this one up so you can see. And where I'm holding it from, this is a reusable split shot. So you pinch the bottom and the top will open. When the top opens, you put your line through it and you pinch the split shot on your line. That's how you weigh it down. Now you have an option. You can go reusable split shots, which I recommend because it saves you money in the long run, or you can do one-time use split shots. The one-time use, I do have some. It is part of the game. You eventually buy them, even though you don't need them, and whatever, you'll use them. The reason I like the reusables because as soon as you're done and you want to break down your rod and you want to cut your hook off, you can take your weight off and then your bobber, put everything down, take it apart, and now that's totally separate. You could store it however you please. Whereas if you have the line through there and you do that, then it's stuck on here. You have your hook set up somewhere. It's kind of a mess. It is better just to break them down when it comes time. Now, the variety pack I think had three different size weights, which was perfect in my opinion. And that again was, I believe, $4 if I'm not mistaken. So between the $11 rod, the $4 weights, the $5 hooks, uh, what is that, like 20, $21? We'll call it 21 right now. And then the last thing you're gonna need is bobbers. Now you can do the foams I don't like foams, and I think they're actually a little bit more expensive if I remember correctly. The plastic ones are always the go-to. They're always going to be the cheapest. Ozark Trail brands are there. I think this is the 1 3/4 inch. That's the ones that I would definitely recommend. Even my son's box here has those size bobbers in it. They're perfect for it, and I believe they were $2 for a 4 pack. So it's wonderful because as soon as you start, you're going to realize pretty quickly you will get caught up on things. You're going to have to break that line. You're going to lose your hook. You're going to lose your weight, and likely you're going to lose your bobber. So you want to have a very good amount of reserves when it comes to your terminal tackle. You want to have extra tackle. So with that said, with the bobbers, we're at $24, 23, $24 with tax. I would say here in Illinois, near the Chicago area, you're looking at close to $27, maybe $28 for everything I just listed out. Your hooks, your weights, your bobbers, and your rod, which comes with the reel and the line. The line's 8 pound test, so it's plenty strong for getting out there, getting on that panfish catch, or even if you're getting lucky enough, you're catching crappie and perch, which would be perfect. Now, if you have more to spend and you're willing to spend more money and you want to upgrade from those plastic bobbers, these stick bobbers, the wooden ones with the springs on the bottom, very easy to use. The visibility is better as long as you weigh them down correctly. That's the part that you need to pay attention to when using your split shots. Certain bobbers can only hold up so much weight. For instance, this blue one I think would max out with this little one, but I can run a bigger split shot on this bigger bobber. It'll hold the weight up just fine. Now I have a variety of these. I have these foam ones. This one's a little dirty. Get that cleaned off. I have these foam ones. I don't like them, but I've got them for free, so I'm not gonna just throw them away. If I find people out fishing and they lose their stuff or whatever, I might give them away. Another foam one, but these ones are my go-tos. I always like the ones preferably with the springs, just a personal preference. It's convenient and easy. Not to say that's the only ones that I have, because even these springs, you get my point. But this, there's no spring. There's a bead on the top, which is stuck, which is not right. Put an opening on the bottom, and same opening, and then a smaller hole on top. So this one was repaired with the bead. These are slip bobbers. That's getting more depth. We're not going to go over that, but that's the style. Just what I have. Another foam, but I would say the best bobbers, in my opinion, for visibility are those stick bobbers. They're going to stick out of the water more. You're going to see them go down, and you'll have all of this exposed above the water versus, your little bobber, your little white that's sitting on the water floating around. That's a huge difference. So that's why I use these. Now, you just need worms. You have your terminal tackle. You have your rods and reels. You just need worms. So you take your setup that you now have, your hook, your split shot, your bobber. You get some worm on that hook and you throw it in the water and you catch a fish. In another video, I will show you exactly how to do that on that exact setup. But this is all you need. It is not expensive. It is not difficult. It's a lot of fun and it is rewarding. But on the same time, if you don't like it, if you go out and you decide that this isn't for you, because it's not for everybody, you have to understand that. I understand it, and I love it, but I know people who just don't like it. So with that in mind, you're not gonna break the bank trying something new. I know a lot of you guys are out there seeing that there's these $100 Walmart challenges, these $100 Cabela challenges, and Bass Pro Shops, and whatever else. You don't need to break the bank. You don't need to spend $100. You can get out there with $30 and really kill it and have a bunch of fun. You don't need big tackle boxes full of stuff. My son has everything in here. split shots, hooks, bobbers, and his own reel. And I think I put that together for less than $30, even though I had everything, so I gave it to him. But the the value is at or under $30. So just keep that in mind. Go out there and get the cheapest things possible and just have fun. It doesn't have to break the bank. So if you enjoyed it, please give it a like, subscribe, and I will be coming out with another video shortly here of how to catch your first fish, and maybe it'll help some of you guys out there. But thanks for watching.